and promptly you know, oh, I've done it, not right. So I need to correct my next move. And since it's so therapeutic, is because you're not in virtual company, you're in physical company, which is what humans need. As they as you, it's okay to be right and not right. It's okay to be good, it's okay to be bad, it's okay. Life is just okay and simplistic, and we needn't worry about meditative, is because it requires your total focus. When you're giving something your all and your focus, you're not thinking about anything else other than this.
Yes.
And that is what we do when we meditate. You think.
Welcome to Growing Deeper Together.
Evening, Mrs. Sani, and welcome to our podcast, Growing Deeper Together.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, Chitra. Thank you so much. And you're looking gorgeous.
Thank you, Mrs. Sani. When I look back, I
Mm.
remember that we first met you in Ladakh, Eastern
Yes, you
Ladakh,
did.
Tangse. Somnath
Right,
was commanding the brigade, and General Sani, at that time, he was also a brigadier. And
right.
you both had come visiting Pengongso, and we
Yes,
met over dinner.
right.
And you came across as very lively, very bubbly,
Mm.
also very intelligent, very present, and
Okay, you're
very
very kind.
interesting. So,
Thank you.
so that was a beautiful evening.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But the next we
Now,
met, now, like the first meeting was in 2008, and now we are meeting in 2014. Time has passed. Somnath is posted in Jaipur as sub area commander, and
right.
General Sani has become the army commander.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Life,
And
life moves fast. Yeah.
and then the news comes, that our new army commander, General Sani and Mrs. Vinita Sani are coming. And Somnath said, "You remember them? They had come to Ladakh." So that time we were meeting as friends, but now
Yes.
you were the supreme boss's wife.
I know, I know. Life just puts you in these, situations. Much as you don't want to be, I always want to remain friends.
Yes,
But
that was always your endeavor.
yeah,
But army is hierarchical, and how much ever we try that, there is always a little, a little
yes,
distance. But
there
I
is.
saw how, creatively you always try to gap that bridge by
Very kind.
singing together or by, uh, creating, actually you added glamour and
Chitra, you're
gimmicks.
very, very kind. Yeah.
No, but
When you
you
say,
did.
growing deeper together, my first trip in Ladakh was actually growing deeper because I had made that trip. My daughter wanted to get married to a particular boy, and she wanted to spend one night at that Hemis monastery
Yeah.
to achieve some clarity before making her final decision. She's married to him and she has an 11-year-old beautiful she's given us a lovely granddaughter too. But it is about growing deeper together,
Yes,
you know. And I believe I meet people for a reason. I've always told you that.
sure. But coming back to Jaipur, kind of uplifted the energy of that military station with
Oh,
your
you're so kind.
presence. No, you did.
You're
And
so
it
good.
was very palpable.
Thank you.
And
Thank you,
one of the
Chitra.
things that you did,
Hmm.
that you introduced Mahjong to
Yeah.
everyone with so much passion, so much love. I mean, the command house was a beautiful place to visit.
Yes, I had the first marathons there. I mean, when I
Yes.
tell people now that I had the first marathons 12 years ago, they said, really? We didn't even know that a game like this existed.
Yes. And also, you not only made it a very friendly environment, learning environment, also offered us such interesting, tasty you know,
That, that that's
it
part
makes
of it,
that
when you have
added
it all and you can do it, why not?
that added to our, fun of coming to your place. So, something, would you like to tell about this journey of from an army daughter to an army wife and
Yes,
also wife of an
absolutely.
army commander? And also how you brought in, you broke up that ice through
True,
mahjong there at
true,
that time.
true. True. Actually, I've managed to break a lot of ice with Mahjong in many places because somebody gifted me a set when Arun was posted as the assistant military attaché in Moscow. And though I knew Mahjong, I didn't know rules enough to be able to teach it to another person. And following which, life just rolls and the universe just starts opening up. I came to Jodhpur where Arun was commanding his regiment. And at Jodhpur, Kargil happened, and all the army went away, and we were left with nothing but ladies and kids in colonies in the summer holidays in God-forsaken hot Jodhpur. So we found another very sweet senior general's wife who taught us Mahjong. So both my daughters and I, we learnt Mahjong together. And following which, every place I went to, I never found people to play with. And I thought like this is a good way of gathering friends and making new friends in new stations. Otherwise, you're just carrying some food across to somebody's house or somebody's or something from your kitchen garden to make friends. But I would invite ladies over and we'd have a coffee and a snack together. And I would teach them this game, telling them that this is an intelligent person's game and only intelligent people can learn it. And everybody fell for that line. So I was quite amused. And today, having done that in so many cities, I have a tribe, I have a community.
Yes.
Till about last year, this community, we were having our fun together and having our marathons in different places. In fact, I remember calling you and you said you would join when you had the time. Maybe you do now. But I realized people outside Mahjong had really caught up
Yes.
in China, and people wanted to sell their sets, and Americans always make it their own. And like every sport is adopted by every country. I mean, look at IPL created by an Indian. Look at hockey, which the Indians created and gave to the world. And similarly, we are blessed that Chinese gave us Mahjong, but I went and registered legally an MSME called the Indian Mahjong Association
Yes.
because I realized people teaching Mahjong, their trainers were uncertified and they were mutilating and disrupting the rules. So, just to protect our game, I took this huge step, and I'm glad I did because it's inviting a lot of very good hearts and good souls into our community.
Yes. So it's interesting. This morning we did a podcast on community. So community can come together through anything. In your case, it
Absolutely.
is
Through
mahjong.
this,
Yes.
yeah.
And you have actually always been a leader. You're a leader at heart. You have a natural flair for leadership.
Possibly, possibly.
So how is now mahjong, making that
Well, the
leader come alive?
it is like I've kind of become a founder of a newfound business, right? So it's taught me also to import sets, to sell them forward, to and the technicalities of how sets are made, which ones are best for our kind of game. I've really actually learned a lot.
Yes.
And dealing with the Chinese is not an easy thing, but it's good fun. And then I've delved into the history of the game. Like I personally thought that the army wives, of course, which is true for me, the army wives have given us a historical legacy. They've been playing it for decades.
Yes.
Till about a week ago, I get a message from a lady in Karachi, right? Who says that her grandmother also played the same game and she played it in India in the times of the British rule.
Yes.
When when the partition was just about taking place, the armies hadn't really split, the regiments. And people were still together for maybe a year or 2 years or 6 months or 8 months or 12 months. And it was in that time that ladies were still bonding over this game.
Yeah.
And when she shared her notes with me and she said, call me, I want to speak to you and things. I live in the US and I travel to Karachi often. I mean, as an army wife, I couldn't do any of that, right? But maybe I'll get somebody else to do it on my behalf. When she shared her notes and hands with me, they are well nigh the same. I
Yeah.
was so amused that Southeast Asia, possibly we share a similar legacy of Mahjong.
Yes.
So, maybe they do a similar thing and we do because the Brits are the ones who, familiarized us with sets, and the Indian Army wives kept buying those sets from the borders at Dulabari and Nathula, reading the little booklets and, creating the game as they went along to its current challenging version that it is today.
Yes. So,
So,
Mrs. Sani, you mentioned a beautiful word called bonding. And
absolutely.
as human beings, we are all looking for, some places to bond, something
Yes.
to bond over.
Yes.
And
And
Mahjong is a very
is
neutral space.
totally, because you are not negative in any form, right? Now, at this stage in our life, when all our kids have flown the coop, right, we still want to be able to meet our friends. We still want to wear our nice clothes and sit at a table. We still want to eat our meal, however small it is. We want to enjoy that, and we still want to keep our head and our brains functional.
Yes.
So this I thought was perfect because there is no gossip, there is no negativity at all. You meet your friend, you get your, 8 hugs a day, four when they come and four when they leave, even if your husband and kids don't give them to you, right? And then you intelligently spend 4 5 hours, eat a nice sumptuous meal, and you've spent a good day, because I believe life is about biding time the way you want it, biding good time, making good memories.
Yes.
So I thought, I mean, God has blessed me with this mahjong.
Yes.
He's
Yes.
actually blessed me and given me this to just share the joy with everybody.
Yes. And coming to joy, you are actually a very alive person. I've always seen you joyful, whether singing with the band, whether just getting ready and that panache and, that. And always like just looking at you, one would feel alive, because that aliveness rubs. And I see how you pursue Mahjong also with equal passion. In fact, this is like very personal passion
It
and,
is.
and which you want to share with everybody,
Yes, I do.
you
And
know?
I do want to leave it as a legacy, because one fine day I'll be gone, but this association is going to be there. And people are going to bond over a game, right? A game which, like, I have crystallized for them. I won't say I have made it for them,
Right.
but kind of I've given it boundaries and I've given it rules and I've saved it for them. And this is a beautiful game for, just bonding over for families. I'd say even my grandkids, I have taught it to them. My sons in law, I have taught it to them. And would you believe it keeps everybody away from devices for those
Yeah.
3 or 4 hours?
Yes.
So you're away from your devices, you're intelligently occupied, right?
Yes.
You using your analytical and your strategy skills to play something which is so beautiful and enjoyable. And
Yeah.
to top it all, apparently, when kids are born, you do fine motor skills with fingertips and your arteries and veins and nerves going straight to your memory section of the brain. So if mahjong is doing it for us at this age in our lives, I think we are blessed to have it.
So speaking about beauty, our mahjong sets, and you have such gorgeous ones, some
Yeah.
rare ones, and just touching those tiles, it's like
Yeah.
tactile orgasm.
Yes, totally it is. Totally it is.
It is
It
like
is.
the silk.
Other than just the tiles, when you make a hand, you cannot imagine the thrill of it.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
thrill of making a hand. We want you to come back, Chitra, and join up with this at
So would
least
you
once in a short while.
would you like to share something about those tiles for people who, like, I see a set you have in front of you. So if
Yeah,
you could
yeah.
just, kind of, what are the tiles made of generally? How
So in
many
the old
tiles
day,
are?
in
Yeah,
yeah, in the old days, the tiles used to be bone and bamboo back, or just
right.
bone.
Mm,
And this game was played actually by the elite in China, by
yes.
the royalty, right? And army wives don't consider themselves any less. So they kind of kept the doors closed when they used to play mahjong because they felt it's a game of an elite, and because it was Chinese, everything was indoors. Nobody really got to know about it. These days they are using plastic, they are using glitter, and this side is actually melamine or acrylic. I'd
Okay.
say this side is acrylic and this side is melamine. So a set is made up of 144 tiles.
Mm,
Sometimes the tiles are marked, like they have their English numbers and you can recognize it, but sometimes they are unmarked. All the older sets were unmarked. So
yeah.
we learned on the unmarked sets. But I mean, it has three suits, unlike cards. It has honors, it has wins, it has dragons, and these are our scoring sticks, the sticks of mahjong, which are our scoring stick, and we play with little money, of course.
Yes.
And I mean, winds and dragons are beautiful, and they have gardens, which some people call flowers. This is like an east wind. And you have to make certain patterns and combinations to complete a hand.
Yeah.
You play with, like you play rummy, you play with 13 tiles, and your 14th is your pick and throw and your mahjong tile, which completes your set.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where time goes with these tiles, I mean, God alone knows. I
So,
mean,
Mrs.
days are so
Sani,
beautifully spent, and especially in COVID, we had such a good time. We would wear our masks and just play for hours on end.
yes. So, Mrs. Sani, I can't help but notice the number 144, the material which is used, and the east wind and south wind and
Yeah,
then
it'll
there
all
are
come back to you.
and then there are flowers and gardens.
Yes.
So I see
Yeah,
that Chinese have also, there is a kind of a spiritual element to the game.
totally.
So
This is actually therapeutic. It is meditative. Why I say it's meditative is because it requires your total focus.
yeah,
When you're giving something your all and your focus, you're not thinking about anything else other than this.
yes,
And that is what we do when we meditate. You think you're either only looking at one flame, or you're only chanting Om, or you're doing only one thing. You're moving other thoughts out of your mind, right? Now, whether your mind is here or here is immaterial, but this, you're just right there. And it is intuitive. You play with a bit of intuition. You
yeah,
know, okay, this is the right decision I'm taking, this is the wrong decision I'm taking, and promptly you know, oh, I've done it, not right. So I need to correct my next move. And since it's so therapeutic is because you're not in virtual company, you're in physical company, which is what humans need as they age. Once you leave school, once you leave college, when you're in nuclear families, there are no longer joint families, very few left these days. You need friends to bond with.
yes. So as I was listening to you, I realized that Mahjong is also teaching life lessons.
Totally.
So,
When I train people in it, the first thing I tell them is it's a life skill.
mm,
Because like every other game, you get to know a person's character through a game.
mm.
You know, so
Yes.
you get to know what kind of person that person is, how easily that person is ruffled, how patient that person is, if the person is a cheat or not, how easily a person can let go,
Yeah.
you know. So all these things are life lessons at the end of the day.
Yes. And
You know?
also, the fact that there is a little money involved, I see that kind of, brings a different kind of excitement to the game.
A little competition is always good.
Competition.
Little competition. You
Yeah.
just feel happy. Okay, I've won a little, I've lost a little. It's fine. You balance out eventually, like life does. You have good days and you have bad days, right?
Yes.
You have good shots and you have bad shots. So actually, it's quite like the pendulum. You're
Yeah.
swinging from one side to the other, and it's fine because
Yeah.
it teaches you it's okay to be right and not right. It's okay to be good. It's okay to be bad. It's okay. Life is just okay and simplistic, and we needn't worry about too much. I don't know why people complicate things.
Yes. So, Mrs. Sani, you have the entire, you know, backdrop. You have a beautiful house. There's enough
Oh, you're
space.
so
There's
kind. Yeah, there
enough
is space.
space there to put,
Hmm.
a few tables, and
Yes.
and then you have, very trained staff who brings all these exciting tidbits to eat.
This it's been a tough line for me to train the civil staff. It hasn't been easy, but yes, I suppose God was on my side and He helped me do it, and I managed.
So it's like a whole package that you're
It has to
offering,
be. Yes,
Yes.
yes. It has to be like that.
And
It
like
has
you,
to be, and more than me, Chitra, now, all the young girls I taught the game to and who have now been playing for 10, 15 years, and many of them, and I have certified them by through the Indian
yeah,
Mahjong Association to go and train others.
right.
They are the ones who've never worked in their lives.
Yeah.
But earning their own money has given them a huge high.
Yes.
A huge high.
So that is where, when our passion becomes our profession,
Hmm.
and we get some energy back, while that was never the aim, but it is
That
like
was
a,
not, it was
it,
absolutely never
it
the
is a
aim.
bonus,
It is,
and it
totally it
feels so
is.
good.
Absolutely. Like today, sitting here, I ran an entire workshop of Mahjong in Mysore.
Ah,
I trained another army wife over the phone, you know, because she's just turned widow a year or two ago, and she played Mahjong there. And she took the life membership, and I said, "Who's this? And how will I go and do an event for her in Bangalore?" So I picked up the phone and spoke to her. She's a lady called Meherangez Mistri, a Parsi lady from 10, I think, para commandos. Her husband was a paratrooper. So I spoke to her and she says, "I want to be your trainer in Bangalore." So I did a few sessions for her, all, gratis. And then around the time I was training her, somebody asked for a workshop in Mysore and I said, "Will you go?" She
oh,
says, "Yeah,
wow.
I'll do it." And she's just finished the workshop and come. And she is so excited. I cannot tell you. She's about a year or two older than me.
Hmm.
But she had her lovely eyeshadow on, looked lovely gray hair like yours. She sent me gorgeous pictures and she's run a beautiful workshop for 2 tables and taught them very well. Spent a night there. She took a friend along to help her, set up and close up and things. And that friend is also. So I told her, I said, "Meher, whatever these people give me, other than a small amount for my organization, the rest is all yours." She says, "I've never earned so much money in my life." I said, "Well, enjoy it then and share it with your friend, you know?
So, as I'm listening to you, I'm seeing it as an opportunity for people who are, who want to just have fun and earn through the fun, and like
Yes.
learn all the life skills. And you have created a beautiful platform for that. And one doesn't even need to be physically there, thanks to the
No,
internet.
no, no,
So, how
no.
does, if somebody wants to do this, now anybody who is listening to us,
Now,
how
the
do they
point
approach
is
you?
one is that they have to be playing our kind of game,
Right.
right? Now, Meher, of course, was playing the Indian Army Wives version, so it didn't take her long. But for a newbie to learn this game takes at least 5 to 10 sessions.
Yeah.
Because I know for a fact that in Goa, there is a community that's playing Mahjong, and a common friend of ours also, Nina Luthra, was there and she went and played Mahjong at some place and she lost her head. She says, "I don't know what these women are doing. Their rules are so confusing. They're not cutting the wall right. They're not counting right. They're not scoring right. So she came back quite disgruntled.
Yeah.
So
So,
I told her
everybody.
next time, Yeah, I said next time you go, you take on the mantle and train those people yourself. But you
Yeah,
have to have it in you to be able to do it for the next person. She possibly doesn't want to get into that yet.
yeah, absolutely. Everybody has, like in the army, we say their own level of incompetence.
Yes,
You
true.
know, that is how
Up
people
to where you can go
up to
and
where.
beyond. Like
Yeah,
I personally have been challenging myself at every age in my life.
yeah,
Chitra, I'm going to be 67 this year. And
yes,
at 66, I was clicking with Indian Mahjong Association. I thought to myself, what the shit am I doing? I said, "But what the hell, yeah? I don't want to make a big business out of it. I'm just spreading joy, so it's fine. It's okay."
so no, that's something I absolutely appreciate about you, that you are constantly challenging yourself, and that is how we grow. And
Yes.
age is no bar for that. In fact, now we have so much time on our hand, and we can be very single-minded, focused, because there is
True.
nothing else, seeking our attention. So, with that, I would like you to speak about this, that how is it an intrinsic thing that, some of us just constantly keep growing, keep moving, and some of us just wait on the sidelines, waiting for somebody to push us?
See, see, the point, Chitra, is that it has to come from within you,
Yeah,
right? There has to be a yearning for learning,
yeah,
right? I'd put it like that. And for me, the yearning is that it's one life to live. So I have to try my hand as many possible things. Like I want to complete this life as a human being. I've been a daughter, I've been a wife, I've been a mother. I looked after my dad's house because, as you know, I lost my mother early. And that was a huge, growing factor for me. I've had near death illnesses and I've grown out of that, right? So I always find that this yearning to gain, this yearning to learn, and this yearning to share
yes,
my joy with others is quite like a fire inside me. It's
yes,
quite like a fire. And I love to be able to do it. I want to teach anybody around me a lot of things. And whatever I do with passion, whether I'm cooking, whether I'm keeping home, whether I'm dressing, whether I'm doing makeup, whether I'm playing mahjong, whether it's one table or five tables. I like I won't say I'm a perfectionist, but I like to do it well because it gives me joy to do it well.
yes,
It gives me joy. It just gladdens my heart, and it makes me feel, oh, I mean, even while doing yoga, when I do a certain pose, I'm so grateful that I could do that particular pose. I challenged my body, I challenged my mind. So I enjoy these challenges. I enjoy every day with a small challenge. I like it like that. And I want life to be like that you know
I
and I
love.
want to keep myself fit mentally and physically so that I don't bother anybody around me.
Yes, I like you mentioned fire, because passion is fire, and our eyes
Yes.
also reflect, they are also fire.
Yeah.
They're connected with the element of fire. So
Yeah, true.
anybody who has fire within them, उनकी आंखों में एक चमक होती है.
I don't know चमक है कि नहीं.
नहीं नहीं, वो तो है ही है, वो होनी ही है, because
I don't know.
because there is a fire inside, right? So it shows in the eyes. So
Yeah, I mean, like whatever I do, I like to do it well to
yeah,
my own satisfaction. And
yeah,
I feel at the end of the day, अगर मैं उसको अच्छे से पूरा कर लूंगी, I feel like say भगवान जी or say universe, thank you for making me do it well. Thank you. I'm grateful to you that you gave me the good sense to do it in the correct way.
yes.
You know?
So, having been an army daughter, and like you said, you lost your mother at an early age, and that made you a responsible daughter, and you grew up. You were also played the
Yeah, I do.
hostess in your
Yeah, yeah,
father's house,
yeah.
and
Yeah, yeah.
that has, built your foundation.
It has. No doubt it has.
And then being married to an army wife, army officer, and also moving to, the highest in a way, uh,
Yeah.
to so and along the way you have not only grown, you have helped others grow as well.
Yeah, that
So
I can say yes. with a very, very clear conscience that I have like put people up along with, you know, and for that I'll say my husband has also helped me a
Yes.
lot to
Yes.
do that. I could not have done it without him.
Yes.
You
And
know?
also your gorgeous daughters.
Ah,
You
this
know,
is
even they are carrying that kind of, because the parents have that,
that
Jalsani
energy,
also,
yes.
that energy, and the daughters are carrying it forward, and
Yeah,
I'm
they
sure the
do.
next generation. So, Mrs. Sani, it was
Yeah,
like,
God be kind to
yes,
everybody. God give
yes,
everyone good health and good sense, you know.
yes. So it was a lovely conversation, but some parting words would you like to say for people our age or even younger? It's like anybody, generally.
You know, I would say that life is one, right? Life is one. You have to find your own fire. Everybody has it in them. You just have to ignite it and carry on
Yes,
and make your life and your journey worth living. That your own growth, your own growth as a human being, at one fine point, you will come and say, okay, it's a life well lived. Right?
yes,
When I look at people around me, when friends of mine fall ill, I feel, okay, she's done enough in her life. It's okay. She'll get by with this also. She's a strong person, right?
yeah,
And for myself also, and for my friends, I always wish that at the end of the day, it is a life well lived. It
yeah,
has to be. So, all forms of experiences are necessary,
yes.
the good, the bad, the ugly, every part of it, own it, enjoy it, and just move on. You know?
So I love the way you said that we have to ignite that fire. So
Yes.
I'm thinking of the human who first ignited, with this, there was fire
Yeah,
in the stones, that flint, and some one person ignited, that found the fire. And
exactly.
because of that fire, human race has, reached where.
Where
So,
we are today. Right,
so
look at that, which is true. And that has to be kept alive.
yes.
That
So
has to be left burning.
yeah. So the Jyoti, Akhand Jyoti that we leave burning in
Yes,
a temple. So in the temple
true.
of our own being, our own life,
Yes,
we keep it, this little
absolutely.
guiding light of
Guiding light of
mine,
mine. I'm going to let it
let it
shine.
shine. So with that,
Yeah.
thank you, Mrs. Sani. It was
Thank you,
wonderful,
Chitra.
wonderful.